is Mary Lane on the Buying Space channel. Today I'm reading from the Torah, from the book of Genesis. And last time I read in Genesis 22 up to the end of the sacrifice, or thwarted sacrifice of Isaac. He ended up not being sacrificed, and it's a pretty famous story in the Bible. If you want to hear it, you can go back to my last video. But I stopped right after promises were made for the seed of Abraham. After he did what God wanted him to do and came close to sacrificing Isaac and was willing to do it, God told him how he would be blessed. But then he starts in telling him the genealogy of his brother. It's recorded here. And it came to pass after these things that it was told to Abraham, saying, Behold, Micah, she also hath borne children unto Nahor thy brother. Erz is his firstborn, Buz his brother, and Chemel the father of Aram, and Kest, and Chao, and Fildish, and Yidlap, and Bethel. And Bethel begot Rebekah. And these 8 did Michaela bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. And his concubine, whose name was Ramal, she also bore Tabesh, and Geshem, and Thashus, and Macha. Now these were 12. Remember, there's 12 tribes of Israel. Remember, there were 12 princes of Ishmael. Now this section starts, it's a new section of Genesis. And it starts the section where we see how the nation is started, how it's born, how the next generation carries on into leadership from these original Canaanites, including Abraham and Sarah. So, section 5, chapter 23, verse 1. And the lifetime of Sarah was 127 years. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kirdish Abba, the same is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and wept for her. And Abraham stood from before his dead and spoke to the sons of Heth, saying, A stranger and a sojourner I am with you. Give me a possession for a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my Lord, a prince of God thou art among us. In the choice of our sepulchres bury thy dead. None of us shall withhold from thee this sepulchre, so that thou mayest bury thy dead. So they told him, Bury Sarah and the rest of your dead wherever you want. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, to the children of Heth. And he spoke with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me and intercede for me with Ephron, the son of Zoshar, and he may give me a cave at Machpelah, which is his, which is at the end of his field, for as much money as it is worth. He shall give it to me for possession as a burying place amongst you. And Ephraim dwelt among the children of Heth, and Ephraim was the Hittite, answered Abraham in the hearing of the children of Heth, and all those that went in at the gate of his city, saying, Nay, my Lord, hear me. The field I give unto thee, and the cave that is therein, I give it to thee. In the presence of the sons of my people I do give it to thee. Bury thy dead. And Abraham bowed himself down before the people of the land, and he spoke to Ephraim in the hearing of the people of the land, saying, But thou wouldest only hear me. I will give you the money for the field. Take it of me, and I will bury my dead there. And Ephraim answered to Abraham, saying unto him, My Lord, hearken unto me. A piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between me and thee? Only bury my dead. So both men were wealthy and well respected. And they're just saying, I'll do you this favor. You can bury your dead there, and you don't need to pay me. It's no big deal. But it was a big deal to Abraham. And Abraham hearkened unto Ephraim, and Abraham's weighed out to Ephraim the silver which had been named in the hearing of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, current with the merchant. And the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field, and the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field, that were in all its borders round about, were made sure unto Abraham for possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. And the city gate is where transactions and judgments were made. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave in the field at Machpelah before Mamre, which is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And the field with the cave that is therein was made sure unto Abraham for a possession as a burying place by the sons of Heth. Hebron is the cemetery for the matriarchs and patriarchs of Abraham's family and Sarah's family. This is a patriarchal society, but at the same time, whoever is the matriarch of the family is also important. She's in charge of the household. And here Sarah, who is the matriarch of the whole family and the household, has passed away. That's why I separated this last chapter, because this genealogy that includes Rebecca is part of this. Where does Rebecca come from? Both Ishmael Abraham, Sarah, and the future in-laws for Abraham are Canaanites. And they're buried in what is now part of Palestine. And to this day, there are Jewish families that live in Hebron, surrounded by hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. But the patriarchs and matriarchs of all the Jews on the entire planet are buried in Hebron. Where is Hebron? Where is Jericho? And they will remain there. Have a wonderful and blessed day.